Good evening. My name is David Gellman. I am the attorney for the restaurant. We come here today with the application as everybody has, where we're looking to get 4 more additional windows that are etched with a sycamore tree on the property.
We have a question about that. Now it says 6 windows.
Yes,
So,
there's already 2, so it's additional.
yeah, the 2 that are there on the ground floor of the building,
Yes.
did they already have the etching?
They're being purchased, yes.
No, I mean, there wasn't one before.
There was not one before now.
So that's the clarity, because at HARB, we saw an application that had 4.
Okay.
On the gray portion of the building, so.
So it's 6 total.
It's gonna be 6 total.
Yes.
So then you changed from 4 to 6,
Yes.
and the etching, they are considered, even though there's no verbiage on them, they are considered signage.
They're going to be literally trees. There's not going to be any wording, and the trees, like again in the application, it's like strength, community, peace. So it's nothing offensive by any means of the imagination. It's something that's classy. It's going to make the street and the building look very nice.
Because at the HARB meeting, you got approved for the 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and now you need 6.
Right.
Okay.
We approved for 2, approved for 4, you need 2 more.
No, we've been approved for 2. We need 4 more.
Yeah.
I sent you guys, I didn't share with everybody, because they're draft plans, but we will show the 2 real signs, and then 1 in the back, 1 in the front, and 4 on the windows. And the 2 that you're saying now will be on the brown portion of the building, we haven't seen, so now this is a total of 6, we never discussed the other 2 with.
Yeah, I mean, if I recall the meeting, I don't think you guys were actually.
No.
I was at the HARB that we had a discussion about the fact that they are actually signs, and that they would have to go through the process of getting approved as signs. This is the etched
Okay.
glass. Everything else that went through the historic architectural review board was paint colors, which is normally done, the size of the actual painted sign. Talked a little bit about the colors on whether the lettering was a certain color or the background was a certain color. And we had that conversation. There was a little bit of a conversation about the etched glass and if it was a sticker or really etched glass. And then I think most of our conversation ended on the grounds that, well, it has to go back to zoning and see if, because this is a sign. We couldn't, as HARB, approve it. We were trying not to slow the process up at all. So I think the conversation that we had at HARB, I think we're going to reflect that. I think we were okay with the concept of those etched glasses if they were approved on the 4 front windows shown here, not actually 2 more, which would be an additional, because there would have been 6 signs then, because we actually have written name signs, right? On both the front and the back of the building. And those was really what we were discussing at that period. Now it sounds like there's actually a change, right? There's
Correct.
a completely different change, right? So HARB never saw this. Because it's asked to have those etchings in the stone face here, different than this sort of different addition that was on.
And they'll still be on that wall right there.
On the stone wall here,
Yeah,
this one?
there's still gonna be the 4 on that are originally approved. Those are gonna be still done.
So you want the 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the additional 2 on the other?
That's correct.
Okay.
Plus the other written signs, so it's actually 8 signs. Because every window is a sign.
Okay.
If you have 6 etched things, that's a sign, 6 of them, and then we talked about 2 signs, one in the front and the back.
Right.
Which were actually the name of the place.
Right.
Color on the place,
That's
all this
correct.
stuff.
So
was used as.
technically there would be
10
8
of
signs.
8 signs.
That's correct.
Are you putting any signs in the back of the building?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just one.
There's one existing back there already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bernie, will you identify yourself for everybody?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bernie Sauer, I'm just here on behalf of the builder.
Do you have any professional relationship with them, or just doing this as a favor, or what?
No, I'm actually engaged in some of the construction on the
Oh,
property.
you're calling
Yeah.
the contractor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We met Rick.
Yeah.
The contractor.
Yeah.
Does he work for you?
We kind of work together.
Okay.
He couldn't be here tonight, so.
I mean, even though the tree has no verbiage on it, it's still considered signage,
Okay.
even though there's no grading on it. So
Well, let me ask members here who are on HARB, if in fact they had presented the need for 6 windows with sycamore tree etchings, would you have still recommended approval, or would that have been a problem? I just want to have a sense of what we're dealing with here.
I mean, I would have been okay with it,
I
because,
thought so too. Harry said that they were historically somewhat accurate, that etched glass existed at the founding of Newtown, so I always rely on that.
Right.
I mean, for myself, I thought of it more as the etched glass on these bigger panes that are here on the white face side, putting it on in the stone area of a different style and character of.
I have if it helps, I have a picture of it. It's not installed, but I have a picture of actually what the glass looks like.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
you
This is cool enough, but it looks different, I'm sure, in actual life.
Yeah, it looks very good, and it, you know, it improved, it would really make the building look new town.
Can you tell me?
That's what they all say.
Yeah, I think that's.
So they claim reference.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been anybody, it would look.
So you're not going for the second sign, only for the extra etchings?
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Just to make sure people have.
Yeah, they came here a second regular sign.
Yeah, it'll look exactly like that. No color to it, it's just bigger. Yeah.
Plain glass with the tree on it.
Does it occupy, these are double homes, right? Does it occupy the lower sash, the upper sash? Is it split in the middle? Or is it
Are you putting one
two?
window?
Well, that would be
It
one
would be
side.
one window.
So you're replacing it?
You're not gonna be, it's not double,
How many more?
No, they're all single home. It's all pictured windows.
So you put there's no windows in?
Yeah.
I think we might have misunderstood.
I don't remember, yeah, I don't remember any windows being put
I think
in.
we might have misunderstood this at HARB. And John, because Mac is here, did a great AI interpretation of actually what we have going on here. I think we might have misunderstood. The replacement of the window to make a single pane window in a historic building is actually not historic.
Oh, no.
So now they're saying they're not double hung anymore. That horizontal piece that makes it go across, right? They're getting rid of that.
So
And
you're
then I
actually
think
taking out a window and putting in one single
Correct.
Yes.
window.
Paint.
Paint.
Yep, with the etching, with the tree, with the sycamore tree.
But
I'm
they-
assuming it's just gonna be single glass, correct? It's not gonna.
No, I
No,
know,
it's gonna have to be double,
No, I know, what I'm just saying your design is what they're proposing.
one pane.
One paint.
so they didn't bring it up in front,
I
they
don't-
were
I don't-
replacing the windows.
This is what I think got missed at HARB. No, I think it got missed at HARB, and this is what I think John's clearly saying when you use an AI thing, he caught something that was there, and I think we're all learning a bit of a lesson that we have to be much more specific in these things, because technically I would definitely not vote for replacing a double hung window in a historic building. It's architecturally stable to what it is, the horizontal lines that we, and even replacing the window is something. It's not like-
In any event, this is not a hard meeting, so we're not gonna get into
It's
that.
not.
But, my sense is that, when do you go before the zoning hearing board?
September 7th, I believe it is.
When's the next hard meeting?
Well, we would meet Wednesday if they got their stuff together. Next Wednesday.
Next, a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, because I think you're gonna have to come to more hard again
I
before you
think
get
that
the
would solve the
zoning.
problem, if you can arrange your schedule to be there, and then get below with that picture of those photographs.
Sure.
That would be very helpful. But I think Art needs to reevaluate this, and then come back to us. I mean, we can certainly, well, it's hard to approve it or recommend approval or taking a position, not taking a position. We don't know what HARB's gonna do.
I mean, I would totally take the position to say that, you know, as presented, there's a lot more information, so we can either table it or deny it, but, I mean, whatever you're thinking.
My thinking is, let's do it so it's the most efficient, so they can either accomplish what they want to accomplish, or have to go back to the drawing board, rather than going back and forth to different meetings.
I mean, I don't wanna deny it, I don't think any of us wanna deny it, we wanna see it go forward. But because you're in the historic district, we have to be politically or accurate with the, you know, the windows. Yeah, I mean, and he mentioned nothing about changing the windows at the HARB meeting.
Can I ask a question? So there are gonna be no windows in the restaurant?
Fixed
Glass
windows.
is be clean, but they're not gonna be movable.
Whether it's movable or not, the architectural characteristic is the one-for-one pane, and they're gonna remove that, so it'll be a single pane instead of one-for-one, two panes.
You won't be able to see through the window?
No, you're still be able to see it, I'm
They
just
look
wondering.
like windows, they just,
They are windows.
they are windows, they just won't be the double style.
They're not.
Or clear, they won't be clear, I mean, but you'll still get the sunlight still.
Yeah, you can still see outside, yeah.
All it is just there's an etching, that's all it is.
Madam Chair, well, go ahead, Shelley. You
Shelley,
want-
go ahead, Shelley.
Is there any, relationship to ingress and egress from the building when you don't have windows that move, or is that not even an issue?
I mean, the building code's gonna speak of that, but from my understanding of it, it's commercial use, it's not like you have to worry about the window and the rest can get in the bedroom. They have the doors, they have their ways to get in and out of it, and I don't know if the building code's gonna require
It is spring.
so then they have all, you know, so that was.
The door's right there.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do is you come back to HARB, if you can do it next Wednesday, I mean, I can be there, I think.
What time is that?
If I may, Madam Chair.
Sure, I'm sorry, go ahead, Terry.
I have, regardless of the historical, aspects of this, 6 signs is too many for me. I can't approve this. Because we're setting an up, I think, a really unfortunate precedent, because the next door down, the next restaurant down is going to want to have 6, or 8, or however many the signs are. That's not what I want Newtown to look like. So I'm a firm no on this. Regardless of what happens at HARB, I'm a firm no on this.
Okay, thank you.
We're not voting tonight, but thank you.
Yeah.
We'll try for the next meeting, but we are voting.
Okay.
I think Terry's point is well taken. I don't have, etching, I think is lovely, and we've had some of that work done in glass in our own home, so it is beautiful. I would be concerned with if these are signs, then the next person would get those 6 signs and could look totally different and not be as sophisticated and nice as this is.
I mean, my feeling is that
Leave it to HARB.
it has no verbiage on it, it's more decorative than signage, but the HARB, you know, ordinances are what they are.
Oh, I get it, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. So why don't we do that, why don't we reschedule them to come back on,
When's our next planning commission meeting?
would be the first Tuesday in September.
Second Tuesday.
When do you go to Germany?
Let me take a look. I believe it's September 7th.
It would be September 4th, maybe.
Is zoning?
Labor Day is the 1st, is Monday, so the first.
So
Thursday.
that would be before us?
Wait,
Your first, September 2nd.
Our meeting would be September 2nd, and then you would go on the 4th to zoning?
we would have a meeting on August 19th if we have an agenda.
For HARB?
No, for this,
For
HARB
here.
would be the
They can
13th.
meet, they can meet HARB on Wednesday, I don't know why you can't have them come back on 19th.
Supervisors will not meet again before.
Supervisors.
That's what I'm hearing, we're going to for that. And I don't want that to happen, have to postpone that, that would be another month.
No one was all that, they're gonna have to decline.
I'm sure the votes are not going to pull all that.
I mean, we wanna help, you know that we're here to help, you know, we wanna see the business succeed, you're in a really prominent position on Sycamore Street.
Is
So-
zoning precedent setting?
Not in a legal sense, no, every case is independent and on its own merits, but that doesn't mean that people aren't aware of past things that influence their thinking.
I truly think there was just a very big confusion when it was presented to us. And we, as a HARB board, we understood it was a sign. For me personally, I can say that I thought that, okay, we have an edge glass, but we're not changing the actual structure of the window, the size and scale of the window, the type and style of the window. We're putting a piece of replaced glass, either an upper sash or lower sash. What I'm hearing now is it's the whole sash, which changes the architectural context.
Yeah.
Could they add a crossbar to it to satisfy more?
Can we back up for a minute about the window itself? I've been around longer than anybody before, and this has been an issue in the past. Going to modern windows, they can't be vinyl, they have to be wood. There's a limited number of types of windows that we've allowed, and so I think it's a little more than we're making it out to be. Harriet would know exactly, and I could do some research, but that house up the street that had the rugs in it, they wanted to replace with vinyl windows. And they could not get them approved. It has to be wood.
Well, these are still wood, there's not vinyl, they're still wood windows, it's just a glass insert with an etching of a tree.
I think we might have to do a little more research on it.
So we could put them on, what are we, the second Wednesday of the month?
Yes, that would be
So that would be the
August
13th?
13th, 9:30 a.m.
What time is that meeting?
Supervisors meet again, are you?
What time is the HARB? What time of the day?
At 9:30.
Is it here?
Yes.
So we could do the HARB in the morning, and the supervisors at night, and they could still get to zoning in September.
On the supervisors meeting?
Do you have an agenda? Do you know if you have an agenda, John, coming up?
For the supervisors meeting?
Yeah.
No, we don't have an agenda yet.
Do you know if you have anything coming up?
We're meeting on the 3rd.
Yeah, we're meeting on the 13th, yes.
Oh, you do have a meeting scheduled, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we do that?
Give a hard recommendation,
Okay.
but I don't know, can we make a recommendation to the supervisors subject to the hard recommendation?
Yeah, we can, but I think there's sort of more going on here than just a simple, review by HARB. It's like it should be another first impression as opposed to just, it's an addendum to your decision. That's what it sounds like to me. So I think you shouldn't just put anything in motion that way. We should let it go to HARB, assuming you can arrange that, or your schedule is free, and then the supervisors know that that evening, they're gonna have to review this HARB, whatever recommendations you're making. I'm assuming you can just give us an email. You don't have to give supervisors a full
No, I
memorandum.
usually give them a memo.
Okay, as long as you
Same
can get it
day.
done.
I can do it.
And again, when is the zoning hearing board?
September 4th.
Okay, 9/4. Okay, well, we should be able to work that out.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's sort of the way to go rather than starting something here.
Okay.
No, because the windows is a big deal. I mean, he's gonna have to bring us pictures and descriptions of the, are you replacing all the windows in the whole place? Or just the front?
Just the front.
The front of the building, not the back? Okay.
As the back of the building was the same window. It was not operational.
But you're not going to be etching it
No, the back,
in
no.
the back.
No.
But at the HARB meeting, does council have to attend a HARB meeting or anything like that? Okay.
Just make sure you present the entire story.
No, yeah, sure, no, I'll be there. So HARB, back to planning?
When can
Back
I come
here,
back here?
back here on the, when am I next?
The first and the third.
8/19.
8/19, okay, 8/19.
At 7.
Planning commission. I guess we're gonna have a meeting this before we do that, that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, and then the 4th for the zoning hearing board, that should work.
And then goes to supervisors
Yes.
after zoning.
No, you go to supervise before, so what happens, let me explain.
Sure,
also.
thank you.
The, HARB, Historic Architecture Review Board, will take a look at your windows and your signs and all that, and make sure that it's historically appropriate and all that, so that your ultimate goal is to get a certificate of appropriate. That recommendation or memorandum from HARB will come to the planning commission, us. Our job is to review everything, ask all the right questions, and then make a recommendation to the board of supervisors that either they take no position vis-a-vis your application with the zoning hearing board, or the zoning hearing board make its own decisions, or the other two options that we send our solicitor to either oppose your application or to support your application.
Okay.
We very seldom do that unless we have a real problem with you, because that gets expensive. We have to bring our own witnesses. We become a party to the zoning hearing board.
Understood.
So at this point, I don't see that going that far, but that's the condition. And then after the board of supervisors, they will decide whether or not there's going to be an opposition or just let the zoning hearing board do its thing.
Okay.
That's probably what the outcome is going to be. But that's the transition and the progression through the process.
Okay.
But you do have to, I mean, unfortunately, we have to start over
Yeah,
again
sure.
and start at HARB again. John, you have a comment?
Yeah, I'm just a little confused on the timeline. It's HARB on the 13th.
Right.
I mean, there's gonna be a supervisors meeting on the 13th, but that doesn't count because
That would
they
be
have,
the certificate of appropriate.
excuse me, HARB on the 13th, then they come back to Planning Commission when?
The
The 19th. I don't think there's another supervisors meeting between the 19th and the 4th of the zoning hearing board. There's usually just one supervisors meeting in August. Right. Now, that doesn't mean there can't be, but just saying. Right now, usually what we were told is there'll only be one supervisors meeting in July and one in August, and the one in August is the 13th. So we won't be able to meet before, we may not be able to meet before the zoning hearing board to get your recommendation to what we
Well, we're
should do.
meeting on the we're gonna meet on the 13th, right, HARB?
HARB is.
But HARB is not in charge of making recommendations for us to approve or not approve, to oppose or not oppose at the zoning hearing board.
I understand, but we can still present a synopsis of what we discussed.
Yes.
And the supervisors could issue a certificate of appropriateness for whatever it is we.
The supervisors don't need our recommendation from the board to act. That part is
Right.
No.
So if our synopsis has enough information that it describes all of this, and the park comes back with basically in favor of it, then there shouldn't be any problem. If they're opposed to it, there shouldn't be any problem either, except they're gonna have to rework it.
Yeah.
So if the problem is supervisors are not meeting on the 13th, and they're not gonna meet again until September, so.
What is your opening date? What are you trying to shoot for?
We're shooting for, early September, or mid-September.
I mean, it's a shame the builder didn't come in and tell us that he was changing the windows.
I have something else I wanted to say about the sign and being completely opposed to this, which Terry and Shelley seems to. It's in the historic district, so it's not the kind of thing where I've got permission now to have 6 signs and I can do whatever I want. You're still gonna have to come back to HARB if you're the new tenant and you wanna put something there, and I've been with HARB forever, they're not gonna say yes unless it's just right. So you do have that second layer of review. Also, the appearance of the building, I wasn't sure at first. It looks like 2 attached buildings. It doesn't look like one big building with 6 big windows.
Before on one and two on.
Yeah, so
That's really.
to the streetscape, it does look like 2 attached houses.
Everything on that block there looks different. That whole block,
Yeah.
all the buildings are different. Material, architecture, so.
Just a question, maybe for Jerry and John. the supervisors do both in the same night? Could they, review the HARB application and then review it for whether or not they're gonna oppose
Well,
the zoning hearing board?
I'm assuming that the planning commission is the authority to come before the supervisors to make a recommendation as to what we do the zoning hearing board, not HARB. I'm not gonna listen to HARB's opinion about the zoning hearing board because that's not their bailiwick.
I understand.
I don't think that was the idea.
I think should be a clarification. HARB is looking at an architectural significance of a historical district. Signage is zoning. So if the board of supervisors wants to make signage and billboards wherever they want, that's gonna be you guys that do that, zoning and supervisors. Historic districts are governed not only by our own council here in the historic districts, but the standards of interiors. You know, and I think there was just a complete misunderstanding. And I'm definitely sorry for the extra time. I'm definitely sorry it takes a little bit longer. I'm not trying to make it harder on anyone. But it is a historic district and whatever one windows are certain types that come in a certain place. They didn't actually have glass that big back then. That's why they usually were smaller panes. I have to do my research and bring it to HARB to represent maybe there's a different way of looking at it. My interpretation, when your contractor partner showed this, I understood it as taking up one of the panes, not replacing it, but actually etching it for the upper or lower sash. That was just the understanding.
So these are gonna be a whole window.
Yes.
Correct. The horizontals are coming out, you're changing the entire architectural
I
character.
mean, when we looked at this before, we were thinking the etching was going to be on the
Yeah,
top.
the top.
Yeah.
We were under, I think that was.
Actually, I know where you're from.
John?
My point of view, the main issue of the supervisors is whether this violates the ordinances about signage, regardless of what type of window it is or where it is, whether it's on a window, on a billboard. And you know, we've had some problems with the Borscht Belt, for example. They were singled out, and then we had to get the zoning officer to issue a letter to all the stores along there because we went after first Borscht Belt, okay? I don't know if you were here at that meeting, but it was, you know, not pleasant.
And I think this is different from what we're talking
We're
about
talking
there.
about the HARB.
We're talking about a historic district. We're a new town, we're a historic area.
I understand
We
that,
want to do our
but
best to maintain our historic character. That's it.
the
That's
main
part of it.
idea is that you want to have input from HARB, that's fine. We need input from the planning commission with advice regarding the zoning hearing board.
And we'll do that once.
I don't understand why you can't come up with an opinion right now at this meeting.
Well, I think in all honesty, John, is that the application wasn't clear. And the information that we have, that you presented so beautifully through the AI, represented that the information that we got as HARB was not clear. So it's unfair for us as HARB to represent that. These two gentlemen were not at that meeting, right? And it was represented in a different fashion. If it was represented, I guess, as we would understand it, maybe it would have been different at HARB, being able to make that decision tonight. But because we had different information,
I think the HARB takes precedent over that. It is in the historic district. And I think we need to, I mean, we're trying to work with them. We want to make it work. But we have to do it right. We have, you know, it's just, I mean, any other business in a historic district that has changed windows, I mean, we went over it with a fine tooth comb, which we will do with this too.
So
And then we'll
let me get it
take-
straight then. If we do not have a second meeting with supervisors in August, the only advice we're going to be getting is from HARB regarding this issue. Whether we take it to oppose it at the zoning hearing board. We're only going to be hearing the opinion of HARB, is that correct?
On the 13th.
On the 13th.
and then we're meeting on the 19th.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll have to have our.
And then at September 4th, they go before the zoning hearing board, before the
Supervisors don't have a meeting.
before the board of supervisors have another meeting. They won't have another meeting before the zoning hearing board.
That was the issue, and I'm not as concerned about the fact that it doesn't come back to us, because the supervisors had all the authority that we have and more. They skip over us all the time if they want to. But I wanna make sure that everything is understood. And I don't have a clear picture in my mind about what HARB is going to end up doing with this. If I did, and I could poll everybody, but we don't even know where we're polling.
You're correct.
So, if we can't go that would be inappropriate, so.
I mean, the 5 members of HARB need to review this again and then discuss with the applicant, maybe some changes are gonna have to be made on the windows.
I agree.
So, it looks like we should talk to, the board of supervisors to see if they would be prepared on the 13th to act in our stead and the decision we would make about take a position for or against a no position. Because that would work, because again, supervisors have all the authority that the planning commission has and more.
But unfortunately, if that doesn't work out, we're just gonna have to wait until September and, you're not gonna be able to put your edge plans.
I mean, if the supervisors say, we wanna wait for the planning commission,
They
Yeah,
do
we
that
will,
too.
then
yeah.
it will delay you another
Yeah.
month.
I mean, it's a shame that this was, missed, but like I said, nothing was mentioned in HARB about the windows being replaced. Cause I think we even asked him, didn't we? I didn't know it was gonna be the whole window.
And again, my recollection was that it was about one of the upper sashes or something.
Yeah.
And the size and scale, and I think he showed us the same
Yeah.
drawing, and then we kind of pulled back because it was a signage question. And I heard the zoning board. But
Now we should, you understand what's happening?
We understand, yeah. Well, let me ask you, let's just say HARB comes back and says everything's good. Then how would the planning board,
Well, I'm not sure exactly, but if the HARB is in accord with all of that, the members of HARB here will not say, take any contrary position, not allowed to.
well, we still have the zoning question,
Yeah,
right?
the zoning
And one of
question.
our members clearly said,
That
I
is
think
the governing
size.
zoning
And
hearing board
we'll have that,
question.
they're really two different conversations. One's zoning, one is historic preservation. And we have to just make sure we're looking at it that way, especially when you're in a historic district.
I guess
It's not simple.
if HARB is not okay with this, then you don't move it zoning.
It becomes almost a moot point unless the zoning or the board of supervisors want to say, you know what, I don't really care. Like he said.
Right, it's
you
just
know,
a recommendation.
I know, we're a historical architectural review board. We make recommendations.
We make recommendations and, but planning commission, we are an advisory board. We're a bit different from HARB, so.
We also make recommendations
Right.
to the board of supervisors. We have no authority on our own to say yes or no.
And unfortunately, I'll say again, we're trying to work with you, but, there are just, certain steps that we have to take, John,
Can I make a suggestion?
okay?
I would strongly like that the chair of this commission attend the next Board of Supervisors meeting to be able to summarize this and to answer any questions that supervisors have.
And as a member of the HARB.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
She can serve a double purpose on HARB and the planning.
You know, a HARB member.
Oh, okay, that'd be great. We need you there, is what I'm saying.
Well, I have to be notified by the township that they want me to attend the meeting, that was the direction
Well,
I received.
I would strongly suggest that the commission back you up and demand that you be able to speak at the supervisors meeting and answer questions. Because I'm only one supervisor.
But you can put that in a synopsis that was raised as an appropriate issue and you thought it was a good issue.
Question for the applicant. I know it's not ideal, but are you able to move forward with the opening and install the windows later if it comes to that? No.
Why not?
because there's no, we have, these windows are already ordered, as you saw,
Yes.
significant amount of money.
It'll take longer to order them again, and, it's just gonna delay.
Well, they're already ordered,
Yeah.
the single,
Yeah.
the etching.
But they were before HARB, didn't they?
We thought we had the.
Oh, I see, you thought you had the HARB rule, so you
Correct.
went ahead of it and ordered it,
That's correct.
thinking that they're
It shouldn't be
gonna.
here anytime.
Yeah,
I'll see.
at HARB, we thought the only issue was the zoning question.
I mean, we had a conversation with them in detail, I felt, about, was it a sticker or was it real etched glass? If it's really etched glass, wow, that's pretty cool. Upper sash, lower sash.
There was no answer after the
Upper sash.
Upper sash.
Upper sash is what you
Upper
call it.
sash.
That's why when I look at the
We
renderings.
weren't there, so we
I
don't
know.
know what was said or what wasn't.
Shame on you then, I guess, I don't
All
know.
of us,
Can I follow up on my question?
Sure.
I don't understand your answer, because I would think a delayed, yes, would be better than an upfront no.
Well, that's gonna be I understand, I mean, to cut you off here, it's gonna be up to the owner. I mean, there's gonna be tables, there's gonna be occupants, there's gonna be people in there eating. I don't know if he's gonna wanna take a day or a morning to switch out 6 window paint.
You wouldn't want to, but if
Might not.
the yes is delayed, and you can move forward with your opening.
Got it.
that's
Well,
a-
it's
that's a
not,
solution.
you know, the restaurant will not open until it's perfect.
Right.
Okay, that's your,
So-
that's your position, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it could be vacant for a long time.
Okay, understand.
Well, we don't wanna see that, you know,
No,
we're trying to work with you.
Yeah, I understand. I just want you to understand how the owner would, you know, would proceed or not proceed. So that's why we're trying to, you know,
Well,
accommodate everyone.
I mean, we were giving you all information at the board meeting.
We're not
No, we already did.
Yeah, we don't have to say that anymore. We totally get it.
So where do we go from here?
Okay,
It gives, basically table this, until the car has another meeting, it gives us more direction.
okay.
And it fits into some schedule, but you can't control the schedule either. Now, everybody knows what they have to do.
Yep.
You guys can get HARB.
Okay, yeah, Mary can schedule that, right, the board meeting, okay.
So we don't have to do anything, we're good for the HARB meeting next week, we don't have to submit anything.
Notify them about it.
yeah, I'll send something to.
Do we require a motion to table?
Well, and one more thing, you'll have to, when you do come before HARB again, I'll come with all the information on the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yes, motion.
They're gonna look for sections, details.
yeah.
I move the topic be tabled for our next meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Well,
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.